something about mathematics. I cannot say I was in love with mathematics when I was in elementary school. I get defeated by mathematics. I cried. And then one day, my father helped me. I was in 4th grade, they gave me this problem. Chicken and rabbits were in the same cage. There are 10 heads, but there are 30 legs. How many of which is chicken, and how many chicken, how many rabbits? And I cannot do it. And then I went home, and I was angry, I was in a temper tantrum, and then my father said, calm down, calm down, calm down. Imagine they are all chickens. I said, they are not all chickens. Try, imagine they are all chickens. 10 heads, how many legs? 20. All right, there we go. Take out one chicken and replace it by a rabbit. How many heads are there? Still 10. How many legs? 2 more, right? So how many exchanges do I need in order to catch up to 30 legs? So you see the idea, right? So I got a good father who slowly taught me to think, and that helped. So now, after so many years, I cannot tell you the whole story, but just want to motivate you. Mathematics is beautiful. How many of you think mathematics is horrible? How many of you have been taught by Tamara Lin or Christian Lawrence? Wow! You are my academic grandchildren. Because they are two of my best students I've ever taught in my own life. Okay? So you are lucky. Actually, there may be 4 or 5 of my students who did teach here in Wilson High School and then later on go somewhere else. All right. Now, if you don't believe math is beautiful, here we go. Now that is similar to the picture you have at home in your hand, I think. Each triangle is different in shape, right? So triangles can be different. You look at this. Now let's see. Okay. I have 2 hands. That's something I forgot. Okay. Now you see the big, thick ABC triangle? That's the triangle. Okay. Now later on, I'm going to ask him to help me later on. Okay. To go to the internet on my web page. You will see things begin to move. Okay, but not for this one. Later on. Okay. Now what happens is I have a computer program made with Java, but somehow after 10 years things change in the environment, so it won't run. What happens is I can use my mouse to pick A, the corner A, and move him around. Woo, that's fun, isn't it? B and C don't move, okay? Only A move, okay? So when that happens, what happens to all these little guys in the middle? They are like the internal organs. They will move. You have organs, right? Heart, lungs, cancer, or whatever. Not cancer, okay? But they are organs. Now, O, you see O, the center of that big, huge circle, that is called circumcircle. In geometry, you learn it, okay? That circumcircle is famous because it goes through all the 3 points, 3 vertices, A, B, C. And you see those 3, cool. Let's see. There are some sort of blue thin lines that go through. You see, for example, A prime. A prime is on the bottom, right? On the bottom there's an A prime. A prime is the midpoint of BC, okay? So O vertically go down to A prime, and that is called perpendicular bisector of AC. Long name, okay? Now, so O is very temperamental. If you see the angle ACB is a big angle, right? More than 90 degrees, okay? Now, when that happens, O would just jump outside the triangle. So if I move the A back to the middle, O would begin to go back into the inside. So that is his temperament. Okay? Now, do you see that little tiny little red circle in the middle? Okay? That thing touches all three sides. It does not go through the three vertexes, but it touches the three sides. And it is called the in-circle. Some people call it inscribed circle. And his center is always called I, in center. So O and I are two little centers, or you can call them internal organs of the triangle. The triangle is like a human. Okay? They have, each organ has different functions and different personalities. That is why geometry teacher get paid, because you have to learn all this stuff from him. Okay? Yeah. And then G is the center of gravity. Okay? You join A to A prime, which is the midpoint on the bottom, and then go back 1/3. And then the same thing, you go join B with the midpoint of AC. I don't even bother to give it a name. The midpoint of AC somewhere in the middle. You join it, and then again it goes through G. So G has several guys going through it. Okay? And that is the center of gravity. What is the good thing about center of gravity? Imagine this is a piece of cookie. ABC is a piece of cookie. Okay? You go to the point, the G, you put a little needle under it. If you are clever, the whole triangle will just float there. It will slide, it will fall off. So center of gravity is a very useful thing, isn't it? Yeah, you want to know. Do you know where is your center of gravity in your body? Maybe somewhere around here, is it? I don't know. I never tried. Okay? So you put a little knife there and then balance yourself. Now, so these things are examples of different points related to the triangle, and they are called different centers discovered by other people. Now, you say, today, how many centers, how many internal organs are there in a triangle? I will tell you, maybe about 200 of them. Discovered by various mathematicians. For each little center they will discover some properties, and then they have to prove, they have to be true. And that's the tough part of mathematics. You have to prove things. Once you have proven something, it will be true for how long? 1 century? No, forever. Isn't it? Oh, that's nice. That's the good thing about mathematics. Okay. Okay. The next one. Now, this is discovered by, well, there are several pictures here. There is a dentist in Beverly Hills. He was rich. He is a Jewish guy. His name is Bankhoff. And then in the 80s, I get to know him. And his hobby, can you imagine it? Is to do geometry. Can you imagine it? Everybody hates math. Well, when I was in Biola, these incoming students who want to be math majors, and then so they already love math from high school, okay? And then so I would tell them, you love math because you had good high school teachers that cultivated that love in you. Some of them said, oh, my high school teacher didn't teach me this thing. I said, you go back and sue your high school. It's not your fault. It's the teacher's fault. And then when they graduate, occasionally they ask me to read the names. Okay? I would say, usually on a hot summer day in July, right? And then math spells with an M, so it's near the end. Okay? So all the students go up to the top, shake the hands of the president, and then get the little diploma and walk down. And then by the time math students came, it was very hot. People are impatient, just like you. Right now you are impatient, you want to go home. And, so I would go up there. I would say, graduating with a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, a subject which most people would shun. People say, yeah, I don't like mathematics. And yet, heartily embraced by these candidates as the key to unlock the beauty of God's creation. Oh, people begin to like it. And then they all wake up from their slumber. And then it is a difficult mountain to climb. But when you reach to the top, the view is beautiful and elegant. And elegant is the word I always use at the very last. And then people begin to be so happy, they begin to clap their hands, and then I begin to read the names, Diana Lutfi or something. So they all were very happy, and very soon the math people began to use some math symbols on their cap and gown and everything. And then the only people that would compete with us are the nursing students. Nursing students always wear a little stethoscope and all that. So afterwards, some other professors say, no, Peter Wu, you should not do that, because you force us to compete with you next year. So sometimes I stop. So now this thing is very interesting. I don't have the animation with me. If the big semicircle and the two semicircles look like a huge sword in Mickey Mouse movie or something, right? So it is called the Arbelos by the Greeks, A-R-B-E-L-O-S. Okay, Arbelos by the Greeks. And the whole thing is very interesting. A and C are fixed. The bottom line is fixed. Only the point B you can move. Ah, that would be fun, isn't it? So if you move B to the left a little bit, the semicircle on the left would have to shrink. And the semicircle on the right would have to grow, isn't it? And then vertical line will move along. Now, you see MN? MN is called the common tangent, right? The vertical line DB is just a chord, right? Can you imagine MN equals to DB? How do you prove it? Troublesome, right? So math people would like to prove things. That's the bad part of math. You have to prove things, like a lawyer. However, when you go through the whole thing, you'll be so happy with math. Some of my math graduates go to law school. And then they told me, law is so easy after you have been trained in math, okay? All right, now, so as the left semicircle shrink, the right begin to grow, the MN will begin to move. And then, now look at the DB. DB would cut off the whole Arbelos into two parts, the left part and the right part. And you see the circles C5 and C6. They just fit there, right? C5 would touch the two of the semicircles and touch the vertical line. Okay? C6, same thing. Archimedes, the famous Archimedes, 300 years before Jesus, he discovered C5 and C6 have the same size. Oh, okay, that would be fun. Uh-oh, I need power. Oh, okay, come on. Okay. I'll come back, okay. So that's they are called the twins of Archimedes. Did he prove it? Maybe he did. I don't know. Yeah. And there, this dentist came, Bangkok, just 20 years ago. He tried to discover the C8, that circle. That circle is squeezed in as big as possible between the big semicircle and that little straight line. Okay. And he somehow, by the time I knew him, he was too old, so he forget the details of his proofs. Okay? But he told me C8 has the same size as C5 and C6, so Archimedes twins now become triplets. Okay? So they are all same size, no matter how you move. When you move the line BD left and right, these three triplets would grow together and shrink together, keeping the same size. You say, wow, that's beauty. Yes. That's geometrical fact and truth. Yes. Does it have any application in physics and science and whatever? No. But is it enjoyable? Yes. Oh, there are more, okay? Now I don't have time to tell you all this. Now here, okay? All these, now there is a C4, see? C4, yeah. So, quite a bit. And this little guy, Peter Wu, did he discover a few more of these twins? Yes, I discovered some more. Okay, so but that story is too long. But that's the excitement of mathematics. You play with problems like this, it would give you incentive to learn some new skills. Besides all the geometry theorems that you learn in high school, you need a few more skills in order to be able to prove these things nicely, beautifully. Okay? All right. My time is gone. Okay. Finally, these are the alphabet of Hebrew. Okay? They read from right to left. All right. On the bottom, you see the first Bible verse in the Bible. You read from right to left. It sounds like Bereshit, Bara, Elohim. Elohim is God, right? So the third word. And then at Hashamayim means the heavens. Wet means and. Haret on the left side is the earth. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. 7 words. How many letters? 27. 28. 24. 28 of them. 28 of them. Okay? Now each alphabet has a numerical value. Ooh, that's something. Okay? So the last, so from 1 to 9, and then from 10 to 90, and then 100, 200, 300, and 400. How do they write 500? I don't know. Okay? But here it is. Now, so just for fun, under the whole Bible verse, I put down those tiny little numbers. On the right side is a B. There's a, they say Beth. Okay? It's like the letter B. It's 2 because it's number 2 on the top. Okay? And then the next guy looks like a little upside down L. Is a 200. It is the last, the third or the last. Okay? So I just put down all these numbers according to a paper. And then on the very bottom, multiply them to get the whole. Okay? So the first word on the right hand side, that's how many letters are there? There are 6 letters, right? 2 and 200 and 1 and 300 and 10 and 400. Multiply them together, you get 48 million or something, right? So all these 7 words begin to have produced 7 huge numbers. However, if I don't multiply, I just add. Oh, that's much smaller. So the first word will give 913, the second word will give 203, da, 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 da. Okay? Now, here we go. You take the first line, multiply them together, and then multiply by 28, because there are 28 letters. And then the second line will be the sum of those 7 words. Multiply them together, it will be a much smaller number. And then also multiply by 7, because there are 7 words. And you divide, boom, you get pi. 3.1415, but the next digit 5 is not accurate, okay? And then times 10 to the power 17. At first, I didn't believe it. I tried it myself with on my computer slowly. It works. So pi, a most important math constant, is buried in the first Bible verse. Woo. Is that a chance, or is that wisdom? That's something, isn't it? Now, Greek. The New Testament is written in Greek, okay? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. You all know that? Yeah. Okay. They also have numerical values, okay? Now, there is another Bible verse in the Gospel of John, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Just 3 short sentences. And in the word, just one Bible verse. Now, same calculation. This time I didn't. I didn't calculate it. I just take it by faith. Okay, that's what they say. You get 2.7183 times 10 to the power 65. Horrible, big number. Okay, but what on earth is 2.7183? Do you know that number? It is called E, in honor of one of the greatest mathematicians, Euler. Okay. And E is an extremely important number when you learn logarithms, sometime in advanced algebra. Okay? And so you say these 2 important mathematical constants just happens in the Bible. Yeah. Oh wow! Finally, that's my last thing. In the first book of Kings, chapter 7, verse 23, the English says, Solomon made a molten, like a big bath thing, for the priests to wash their hands. 10 cubits diameter. And it was round all about. And the height is 5 cubits. And the line of 30 cubits encompassing. That means the circumference is 30 cubits. People say, ha! Diameter is 10. Circumference is 30. That means pi is 3 in the Bible. The Bible is not reliable. Pi is only 3. Woo. However, the word for line of 30, in Hebrew is only the right-hand side 2 letters. That's Q on the right side, and then V. Q and V together would be the word for line. However, when Moses, perhaps 1400 before Christ, wrote this, this is not Moses, this is later about King Solomon and all that. Whoever wrote that First Kings in the Bible put on just one extra letter, is the H. So grammatically correct would be QV, but somehow that person put down QVH. QVH, okay? Now, Q stands for 100, V stands for 6, H stands for 5. So if you take the 3 and multiply by the total value of this 3-letter word, and then divide by only the 2-letter value, 100 plus 6, boom, you get 3.1415. It is almost as if God purposely put a little extra H there so that you compare that with what you know. It is just a little bit bigger, and that little bigger percentage multiplied by the 3 would be 3.1415. Ooh. So the pi happens in the Bible. Okay? Some other people are discovering it. So this is wonderful. Okay? You can try it on other religions' textbooks, and I don't know, you can try it. Okay? But anyway, this is wonderful, and that's my salesman thing for you to come to Biola and learn more. Okay? That little animation thing, I promise. Can I? Yes. Do you think you can show it? Okay. You have to pull away my. Okay. Good. Sorry. This is something good. Ah! Okay, can you move the mouse into somewhere in the middle? Yeah, just slowly move. You see? Slowly move across. Now, the vertical line is moving, and all those 5 circles are the same size. They're all there, isn't it? So this is animation, isn't it? Totally done in a Java language. Okay? And then, so this is not just beauty, this is truth in mathematics. Okay, you can move it back to the right side. Yeah. Oh, wow. Do you want to give rise to 5 children all of the same? All right, thank you very much.